So, hello everyone, welcome to Management Study. And from now onwards, we are going to learn consumer behavior. We have already completed our marketing management course, and also I have compiled all the PPT in a form of book. So, if anybody wants to read all those PPTs at one place, then they can simply go to Amazon Kindle Publishing, Amazon KDP, and write my name, Rajdeep Singh Jadeja. There you can get marketing management mini guide, which is written by me. Okay. So now we are going to study consumer behavior. Consumer behavior is a subtopic of marketing, or it's a sub branch of marketing. So consumer is a, more of a marketing side, and behavior is a more of a psychology side. So consumer behavior is marketing plus psychology. What is the course learning outcome of this course? Okay. There is a mistake in the spelling of learning. Sorry for that. But let us just see the course learning outcomes of this course. Okay. So first is understand the foundation of consumer behavior. So in this, you will understand the scope, importance, interdisciplinary nature of consumer behavior in marketing and strategic decision making. Then analyze internal influences on consumer behavior. What are the internal influences that impact consumer behavior? Which is identify and evaluate how psychological factors such as perception, motivation, learning, personality, and attitudes affect consumer decisions. Then you can evaluate external influences on consumer behavior, like assess the impact of cultural, social, family, and group dynamics on consumer behavior and purchasing patterns. So with this, you can interpret consumer decision making process. You can describe and analyze various stages of the consumer decision making process for both low and high involvement purchases. You can apply segmentation, targeting, and positioning strategies. You can use consumer behavior insights to develop more effective marketing segmentation and positioning strategies. You can assess the impact of digital technologies on consumer behavior, in which you will evaluate how social media, e-commerce, and digital marketing influence consumer preferences and buying behavior. You can apply consumer behavior theories to marketing practices, in which you use behavioral theories and models to design consumer-focused marketing strategies, advertisement, and product designs. You can conduct basic consumer research, in which you will design and interpret consumer behavior research using qualitative or quantitative methods. And you can develop ethical and social responsible marketing practices, in which you will critically assess how consumer behavior knowledge should be used ethically and responsibly in marketing. So these are the course objectives of consumer behavior as a subject. So first is understand the foundation of consumer behavior. So you will understand what is consumer behavior, what is the nature, scope, and characteristics of consumer behavior. Then you will analyze and uh, evaluate, the psychological factors such as perception, motivation, learning, and personality and attitudes, which are our inner characteristics which affect our buying decisions, or we can say the consumer decisions. Then you will evaluate external influences, like what are the cultural norms, what are the social norms, what are the family uh, rules and norms, what is the group dynamics. So these are also impacting your buying patterns and consumer decision making. Then you will interpret consumer decision making process based on low and high involvement purchases. You can apply segmentation, targeting, and positioning strategies, which we have earlier seen in marketing management, in this consumer behavior as well. You can assess the impact of digital technologies like social media, e-commerce, and digital marketing, which influence consumer preferences and buying behavior. You can apply consumer behavior theories, which we see in the next chapters of this particular course. You can conduct basic research on consumer behavior. You can develop ethical and socially responsible marketing practices. Okay. Now, marketing success in consumer behavior. So, how can be a marketing will be successful in terms of consumer behavior? So, first is key drivers of success, which includes deep understanding of consumer needs and wants. Success comes when businesses analyze what truly motivates consumers. Example, emotions, lifestyle, aspirations. And here is the example. Apple creates slick, user-friendly products based on deep insights into consumer desires for simplicity, design, and status. So if you want to successful, or if you want your product to be successful in the market, so you have to really focusing on consumer behavior aspect of that product, in which firstly you need to do is to deeply understand your consumer needs and wants. What actually your consumers want from your product, what are their needs. So for that you have to conduct a research on this, and from there you can exactly know that okay, these are the needs and wants of my consumer, and according to needs and wants you can customize your product according to consumers choices, so that will attract potential customers. Okay. So in consumer behavior, you will deeply understanding consumer needs and wants. You can apply STP formula of marketing here as well, in which you effectively segment them, you can target them, and you can position your product to them. Example is Nike targets different customer segments like athletes, youth, casual wears, and position products accordingly, like based on performance, lifestyle, and fashion. Then you can use psychologically smart advertising. Companies that use appeals to emotions, social proof, or authority tend to connect better with audience. So you can use psychology as well in your advertising strategy. Here is the example of sociologically smart advertising. It says that Cadbury's emotional ads focusing on family, festivals, and nostalgia in India resonate with consumer sentiments. Then, consistent consumer experience and brand loyalty. Brands that ensure a seamless customer journey create trust and loyalty. An example is Amazon's personalized recommendation based on consumer behavior data lead to high repeat purchases. So, you need to track the consumer experience as well as the brand loyalty, and it should be consistent. Then, cultural and social relevance. Brands that adapt products and messaging to local culture often succeed. So, brands who adapt to local culture and succeed. So, here is the best example we can take in the aspect of cultural and social relevance is McDonald's. McDonald's India menu, Make Aloo Tikki, is tailored to vegetarian consumer behavior. It is only available in India. Okay. Because McDonald's mostly 80% to 90% of the menu of McDonald's is a meat-based menu. They use chicken and egg and other meat uh, meat product in their menu. But in India, they introduce the vegetarian menu, which includes Make Aloo Tikki. So, which is tailored to vegetarian consumer behavior. And now, what are the marketing failures in consumer behavior? We have already seen marketing successes or how to be successful in consumer behavior or achieving consumer behavior. So for that, you need to deeply understand your consumers' needs and wants. You have to effectively segment, target, and position your products. You have to use psychologically smart advertising. You have to be consistent with consumer experience and brand loyalty. You have to focus on cultural and social relevance of your product. And now, what are the marketing failure in consumer behavior? Misreading consumer needs or cultural norms. Like Pepsi's ads with Kendall Jenner was pulled after backlash as it failed to understand the social climate and appeared tone deaf. So misreading consumer needs and cultural norms are backfire to your marketing strategy. So you need to take care of them. Then there is a inadequate market research. Skipping behavioral research leads to poor product market fit. Example, Colgate's frozen meals flopped because the brand was strongly associated with toothpaste, not food. Ignoring consumer feedback or trends, brands that fail to evolve with consumer behavior trends like sustainability, health consciousness lose relevance. Example, Kodak failed to respond to the digital photography trend despite early research into consumer behavior. Overgeneralization or wrong segmentation, assuming all consumers behave the same leads to failed campaigns. Example, a luxury brand launching a mass market product may dilute brand value and confuse customers. Unethical exploitation of consumer behavior. Overuse of manipulative techniques like dark patterns, misinformation can cause consumer backlash. Example, Facebook Cambridge Analytica scandal damaged trust due to unethical use of behavioral data. Now, manager's perspective on consumer behavior. Okay. So, from a manager's point of view, consumer behavior is a strategic tool. Managers study how consumers think, feel, and act so they can design marketing strategies that influence purchase decisions. Okay, so their main goal is to increase sales, build brand loyalty, and gain competitive advantage. They use techniques like market segmentation, targeting, positioning, and pricing. They use techniques like market segmentation, targeting, positioning, pricing strategies, advertising, and promotional campaigns, all based on insights drawn from the consumer behavior research. Managers view value in terms of customer lifetime value, profitability, and return on investment. They analyze consumer data to predict trends and plan product innovation that meet current or future needs. For a manager, understanding consumer behavior helps in launching the right product at the right time, pricing it correctly, and promoting it effectively. So, for a manager, it is very important and critical to understand consumer behavior and also to understand the consumer behavior research. And particularly, a manager needs to do a specific research on consumer behavior. So, here the role of manager is very critical in terms of consumer behavior. Specifically, the brand manager is responsible for, designing uh, the designing the overall consumer behavior strategy. So it is very important as a manager to understand consumer behavior. Now, consumers' perspective on consumer behavior. From the consumer's perspective, behavior is shaped by personal needs, preferences, emotions, social influence, and past experiences. Consumers don't think in terms of market strategy. Instead, they focus on satisfying their own desires and solving problems. They make decisions based on product benefits, affordability, trust in the brand, peer reviews, convenience, and emotional connection. So, as we all know that whenever we want to purchase something, we will do all this stuff. You know, We will see the product benefits. We will check the prices. We can see the details of the brand. We can see the reviews and feedback. It is convenient or not. Uh, uh, no. Is this product connecting emotionally to us or not? So, as a consumer, we all do these things. Consumers seek value in terms of benefits versus cost, asking questions like, is this product worth the price? Will it fulfill my expectation? Do I trust this brand? What are others saying about it? So these are the all common questions that we as a consumer ask to a product or a brand. Their buying journey is influenced by factors such as culture, family, peer groups, social media, and personal beliefs. After purchasing, their satisfaction or dissatisfaction further shapes future decisions and brand loyalty. So, this is very important. After purchasing something, our satisfaction and dissatisfaction towards that product shapes our future decisions to whether buying or not. Okay. Strategy consistency. Strategy consistency means that all elements of a company's marketing strategy, such as product, price, place, promotion, branding, and customer experience, are aligned and reinforced in a clear and unified message. What are the key benefits of key features of strategic consistency? It is clear and coherent brand messaging across all platforms. Marketing decisions match consumer expectation and behavior. This long-term vision and short-term action are assigned. Pricing, packaging, product quality, and consumer services complement each other. And here is the example of strategic consistency. Apple Incorporation is a great example of strategic consistency. Every aspect of its business, from slick product design to premium pricing, minimalist advertising, and in-store experiences, reinforces its brand identity of innovation, simplicity, and quality. What are the benefits of strategic consistency? So it builds brand trust and loyalty. It enhances customer satisfaction. It improves marketing effectiveness and it supports repeat purchases and word of mouth. Now, strategy inconsistency. So whatever we have seen in strategy consistency, it is in reverse in strategy inconsistency. Strategy inconsistency happens when there is a mismatch between different components of a marketing strategy or between marketing messages and actual customer experience. This can create confusion, frustration, and distrust among consumers. Signs of inconsistency. Marketing promises don't match the product or service delivered. Different channels convey conflicting brand messages. Pricing doesn't reflect quality or positioning. Sudden changes in brand image or strategy that alienate loyal customers. Now, here is the example which I have seen. PepsiCo's Kendall Jenner ad 2017 is a classical case. The aid aimed to align the brand with social justice themes but was criticized for trivializing real issues. The message did not match the audience expectation, leading to backlash and brand damage. Consequences: customers' confusion or distrust, negative publicity and brand dilution, lost sales or declining loyalty, and higher risk of marketing failure. So with this, we have completed our unit number 1 of consumer behavior. So let us quickly revise this. So in this unit, we have seen the course learning outcomes, in which we have seen that how this course will help you. Okay, so this course will help you to understand the foundation of consumer behavior. You can analyze internal influences on consumer behavior. You can evaluate external influences on consumer behavior. You can interpret consumer decision-making processes. You can apply segmentation, targeting, and positioning strategies. You can assess the impact of technologies on consumer behavior. You can apply consumer behavior theories to marketing practices. You can conduct basic consumer research. You can develop ethical and socially responsible marketing practices. Then we have seen marketing success in consumer behavior, in which we have seen if we want to succeed, then we have to deeply understand consumer needs and wants. We have to effectively segmenting, targeting, and positioning our products. We have to use psychologically smart advertising. We have to consistently monitor customer experience and brand loyalty. We have to focus on cultural and social relevance. And what are marketing failures in consumer behavior? So it could be due to misreading of consumer needs and cultural norms. It could be due to inadequate marketing research. It could be due to ignoring consumer feedback or trends, due to over generalization or wrong segmentation, due to unethical exploitation of consumer behavior. Then we have seen managers' perspective on consumer behavior and consumers' perspective on consumer behavior. Then we have seen strategy consistency and strategic inconsistency. So with this, we have completed the first unit of consumer behavior. Thank you.